Live with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching CBS7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW.
You could actually
West
tell
Texas.
the progression just periodically looking up, which was really interesting to see. And then at its peak, it was really covered. It got, I would say, at least 2 or 3 degrees colder for me. That's how I felt. And it was definitely a lot darker. I could just tell especially from now and then compared to then.
Across the nation, millions of Americans stepped outside to view this afternoon's solar eclipse, including right here in West Texas. Coming up in just a few minutes, we take a look back on today's festivities from across the Permian Basin.
Good evening and happy Monday, everybody. It is a CBS7 First Alert weather day because of strong to severe thunderstorm possibilities late tonight, overnight into our Tuesday for the northern Permian Basin, southeast New Mexico, and the Permian Basin as well. But the northern Permian Basin is kind of that target spot. Large hail and strong winds are the main threat. Here's our severe weather outlook for today. Isolated strong to severe thunderstorms in those areas in green, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms in those areas in yellow, numerous strong to severe thunderstorms in those areas in that brown color. We do have severe thunderstorm watch in effect through 11 p.m., so a couple more hours for those areas in that orange color. For large hail up to 3 inches in diameter possible, severe wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour possible, and a tornado or 2 possible. We've already seen about 1.5 inches hail, an 1.5 inches in diameter near Snyder this evening. Right now for us, quiet conditions, or mostly quiet conditions out there. We are starting to see some cells popping up in the far northern Permian Basin once again. And that's what we're going to kind of look at for tonight. Temperatures, though, not too bad. 60s, 70s, and 80s still out there. Winds overall not terrible either, anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then gusts, seeing those gusts kind of where those showers are popping up, but otherwise looking at quiet conditions or winds not too bad out there. For our hourly planner, we're going to see temperatures in the upper 50s by about 3 a.m., those mid 50s as we head into the early morning hours of our Tuesday. And as always, you can download the CBS7 First Alert weather app to stay up to date with the latest conditions and kind of track those storms across the region yourself.
Thank you, Sawyer, and thank you for joining us for CBS7 News on the CW, and to those of you joining us live from the CBS7 YouTube. I'm Laura Munt, and we start tonight with the traffic alert. Earlier this afternoon, a head-on collision between a dump truck and a Ford F-350 closed the road at the intersection of State Highway 349 and Craddock Highway. An investigation revealed that the dump truck failed to yield the right-of-way to the Ford. The Midland Fire Department has reported that 2 people in the Ford died, and 1 person has been taken to the hospital. The driver of the dump truck had no injuries. At that crash, a fuel spill occurred, and the scene is being cleared. While that happens, Craddock Highway eastbound is shut down. Only 1 lane of northbound State Highway 349 is opened, and southbound State Highway 349 is being rerouted. Drivers are encouraged to avoid the area. And we've got new details for you on a traffic alert from last week, where a 21-year-old man has been arrested after he caused $500,000 worth of damage to the overpass at I-20 and East Loop 338. You're looking now at the scene from last week, where you can see the driver of a semi hauling an excavator hit the overpass. The driver then left the scene. He was later identified after the owner of the semi-truck contacted OPD. His name is Albert Rempel, and according to OPD, he did not have a permit to transport a load of over 14 feet. He's been arrested and charged with bridge/underpass clearance and duty on striking fixture/highway landscape under or equal to $200, which means that both are Class B misdemeanors. An 18-year-old Nathaniel Martinez was sentenced in federal court in Midland to 20 years in prison for conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute fentanyl and causing the death of a minor. According to court documents in October, a 16-year-old male victim was found unresponsive and taken to the hospital, but he later died from fentanyl poisoning. An investigation found that Martinez was responsible for selling fentanyl-laced pills to the 16-year-old and 22-year-old Jalen Esparza supplied the pills. Esparza was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for her role in the teen's death. And a 22-year-old Midland man is back in the Midland County Jail facing charges of stalking and threat to publish intimate visual material. According to the Midland County Sheriff's Office, Jesus Galvin was serving time in the state jail in Dallas. Upon his release, he was picked up on warrants for his arrest, and now he's back in Midland, facing a trial on other misdemeanor charges. And if you use public water, the city is responsible for handling routine testing. But if you have a private well, that responsibility, it falls to you. That's why Midland and Ector County AgriLife Extension offices are hosting a private water well testing program with a class to help residents understand their results. 3 tests are available for arsenic, E. coli, and a combined test for nitrates and salinity. Some of these problems may not alter the taste, look, or smell of the water, leading residents to believe their private well is perfectly fine.
So we just want people to understand and realize that there is a possibility of contaminants being in that water that you do not see and don't know about. So our deal is we test those private water wells for those drinking water standards.
Test kits can be picked up at the Midland or Ector County AgriLife offices, and then the samples can be dropped off in the morning on April 22nd. In some oil and gas news, financial services company Moody's believes that surging oil prices are the #1 threat to the economy right now. U.S. oil prices are approaching $90 a barrel, with global prices nearing $92 a barrel. Those are the highest levels in 5 months. Moody's economists fear prices will continue to climb amid concerns that war in the Middle East could escalate. This could have repercussions for November's election. According to Moody's, if gas prices spike above $4 a gallon for more than 2 or 3 months, it could tip the scales in favor of former President Donald Trump. On Friday, prices at the pump were $3.58 a gallon. On average, that's according to AAA. I'm joined here now with meteorologist Sawyer McElroy to talk about Sawyer's eclipse across the country. Sawyer, we only saw about 92% totality here in West Texas, but it was still an exciting view, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We've been joking that it was kind of like a filter was placed outside. I don't know, like a sepia filter. It looked very sepia-like out there. But
blue kind of tint is what I thought.
Yeah, a little bit of a tint, like if you put sunglasses on a normal day.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool. Some places in Texas didn't get so lucky, though, especially for those in the path of totality, because they saw clouds and even rain. But I know a lot of people did luck out across the country and had a great view of that eclipse.
So even with the clouds, we still had a pretty good view here in West Texas compared to some of those places.
Yeah, we kind of lucked out, especially in the Odessa area. I don't think there was really a cloud in the sky here, or just a few high clouds, but it definitely didn't impact that view. I know we were all kind of huddled out outside looking up with our glasses and was enjoying the eclipse.
Well, I was definitely looking at it, and let's take a look at it right now. It started here just after noon today, and peak totality hit at approximately 1:30 this afternoon. Experts say the next solar eclipse won't be for another 20 years, and that'll be in 2044. Over in Howard County, our partners at KBS Media worked with local organizations to hand out 10,000 pairs of shades for the eclipse. All 8 schools, the Big Spring Police, Howard County Sheriff's Office, and schools in Coahoma and Stanton all got glasses. The idea stemmed from the childhood experience of one woman who wanted the current students to experience what she couldn't.
So I got to thinking about that, and I thought, you know what? I think that we can get some glasses for our kids here in Howard County. And I'm going to roll the dice and go ahead and order 10,000 pairs of solar eclipse glasses, because I know there are businesses and people here in Big Spring and Howard County that care.
All of the glasses were 100% safe and certified and offered students a unique opportunity.
If you'd have got a pair of these and you flip them over and you don't see the ISO certification number, don't wear them. And that was something I knew, or I felt confident that our people that were buying these would make sure we got the right kind.
KBS Media had support from Hotel Settles, the Martin County Hospital District, and Gregg Street Sonic. All they're asking in return is something else for someone else to do the same thing for the next eclipse. And students across the Permian Basin enjoyed some class outside today to enjoy the historical event. Take a look at some of their reactions. These are photos from Ector County ISD, and you can just see the look of amazement on some of these kids' faces as they get to learn in this unique and very rare way. I mean, look at them they're very excited to be laying outside and taking a look at that eclipse. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what my reaction looked like. And speaking of learning in a unique way, how about a quick lesson on eclipses? The last total eclipse in America was in 2017 and was only visible in a line from Oregon to South Carolina. You may recall in October, there was an annular eclipse, often referred to as the Ring of Fire eclipse, which is similar to a solar eclipse, but the moon doesn't completely cover the sun. Today's total solar eclipse did just that.
and the moon is slowly moving in the path of where our sun is hitting the earth, which just happens to be right here and in the path of totality. And it will move and it will move until it covers it totally.
The next eclipse will be a partial lunar eclipse coming up this September, and the next total solar eclipse visible in the continental United States won't be until 2044. And despite the solar eclipse now being over and us having to wait almost 20 years for the next one, many Americans were out traveling this weekend to the Lone Star State in order to get a view of the total solar eclipse. CBS News reporter Dawn White has the story.
Cousins Tim Sanchez and Marina Ramos flew into Dallas Love Field Airport Sunday morning.
We're from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we came to Dallas for the solar eclipse.
The two plan to see Monday's celestial event at a park in Terrell.
I kind of planned it out probably like 6 months before everything happened, just because I heard that it was going to be kind of crazy with all the people coming in from all over.
I'm excited because it hasn't happened in a while, so excited to be a part of it and to see it.
Gregory Nelson also traveled from New Mexico just to see the total solar eclipse.
I'm an amateur astronomer, so it'll be actually pretty fascinating to see. It's a rare event, and just looking forward to seeing it.
Flyers are encouraged to get to the airport at least 90 minutes early to allow extra time for parking and traffic. A spokesperson for Dallas Love Field says they're preparing for the increase in people traveling here into the airport for the total solar eclipse by increasing staffing and adding additional security. We also caught up with people flying in from Atlanta.
I would say probably the majority of the flight was coming here for the solar eclipse, staying through Monday to get to experience it.
I brought my camera equipment, bought a special filter, and hoping to get my own special photo.
Many North Texas cities are expecting tens of thousands of visitors as people flock to the area for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. In Dallas, Dawn White, CBS News, Texas.
All right, let's take a look at this. Ector County students, the city of Odessa, is looking for a new logo, and they want your help designing it. The new Ector County Sports Complex wants a logo to display at the facility and to represent Odessa during tournaments. All Ector County students from kindergarten to college are encouraged to enter. 5 finalists will be picked by a committee, and then the winning design will be voted on to decide the winner.
Go out there, get your thinking caps on, and get your artistic juices flowing and come out with the best design you can.
Be as creative, be as unique, think out of the box, and look at a vision of the complex throughout our history, past, present, and future.
The winner will receive a $1,500 scholarship to be used at either UTBB or Odessa College. Entries are open until May 15th. And an update for you now. The 14th annual Jersey Mike's Subs Month of Giving was March 27th. And the Midland and Odessa stores donated 100% of proceeds to the Midland and Odessa Meals on Wheels programs. Overall, the 2 stores in Midland and Odessa raised a combined $36,762. But according to Odessa Meals on Wheels, the Midland location raised just a little bit more than the Odessa one. The executive director of Senior Life Midland, who runs Meals on Wheels Midland, said in part, quote, "It was heartwarming to see the Basin show up in large numbers all day long to support Meals on Wheels for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. The dollars raised were phenomenal and will go a very long way for the homebound elderly that we serve," end quote. And still ahead, the boys of summer are back. Coming up on CBS 7 News at 9, we're talking about a win streak for UTV baseball and a home opener for the Rockouts. That's coming up in your local sports news. Let's talk your local sports news. It's been smooth sailing for the UTBB baseball team over the past couple of weeks as they ride an 8-game winning streak. The Falcons sit in 5th place of the Lone Star Conference standings. After some rough patches during the season, head coach Gabe Grinder says he's happy with the recent success and welcomes the added pressure that comes with it.
When you're winning, I think it puts more pressure on you as a coach, which I like. I like living in those worlds, but I definitely sleep less now because we're making sure we have everything prepared and ready to go when we step out on the field. But I'm happy for our guys because they put a ton of work in from last September till where we're at now, and I give those guys a lot of credit in their growth.
The Falcons will have another non-conference matchup with Sul Ross State. That's tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And in some more local baseball, the Midland Rockhounds are also riding a win streak of 3 games to open the 2024 season. Tomorrow, they will begin a 6-game homestand against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. You can catch the CBS7 crew live in action as we welcome the season in Midland. First pitch is going to be scheduled for 6:30. And don't forget that CBS7 Sports Director Jair Brooks Davis will have more local sports coverage for you tonight on CBS7 News at 10. Be sure to tune in.
Conditions are quiet for the most part at the present time, but we are looking at a chance for strong to severe thunderstorms late tonight and into our Tuesday. I'll have all the details on what to expect coming up after the break.
This is a CBS7 First Alert Weather Day. Now, an update from meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good evening and happy Monday, everybody. Right now, pretty much everything is quiet, but we are looking at the chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms late tonight. Here's a look at our severe weather outlook. Isolated strong to severe thunderstorms for those areas in green, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms for those areas in yellow, and numerous strong to severe thunderstorms for those areas in brown out there tonight. Let's take a look at our severe risk. So tornado risk is low, however, it is not zero. Large hail is our biggest risk, a moderate risk there. Strong winds is an elevated risk, and flooding is low risk, minus maybe localized flooding from thunderstorms. We do have severe thunderstorm watch that continues through 11 p.m. So just a couple more hours for these areas in this kind of orangey color. For large hail up to 3 inches in diameter possible, severe wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour possible, and a tornado or 2 possible. Right now, for the majority of us, we are looking at quiet conditions. Some pop-up showers are starting to pop up across near Lamesa, Gale at the present time, but just some cells. Quiet or not too bad out there. Temperatures though at the present time not too bad, 60s, 70s out there. 73 in Odessa, 75 in Midland, 60 in Fort Davis, 78 in Presidio. Winds overall not too bad either, anywhere from being calm to about 15, 20 miles per hour. Kind of seeing stronger winds where those showers are at the present time. Here's a look at our gusts, and also kind of similarly, we are seeing gusts where those showers are in the northern Permian Basin. For tonight, going to see temperatures dropping into the 40s and 50s as we start off our Tuesday morning. Winds overall not terrible. Tomorrow going to be a little bit cooler because of a cold front making its way through the area early Tuesday. That will help to kind of keep our temperatures down tomorrow. So looking at a high of 65 in Midland, 67 in Odessa, 67 in Marfa as well, 76 in Presidio. Winds anywhere from about 10 to 25 miles per hour. So let's track this out. By about 10, starting to see a little bit more shower and thunderstorm activity in the northern Permian Basin, then kind of making that its way west. By about 1 a.m., starting to see some showers a little bit further west. By about 2 a.m., starting to see them pop up into the Permian Basin, making its way kind of along I-20. And then pushing out of our area by about 5 a.m. Then we will see a couple of hours of quiet conditions before we start to see some showers pushing back into the area by about 2 p.m. tomorrow, then pushing its way across the Permian Basin tomorrow evening. And then into tomorrow night, we're looking at some rain chances as well as an upper level low kind of circles back around the region. Here's our severe weather outlook for tomorrow. So isolated strong to severe thunderstorms for these areas in green, scattered for those areas in yellow. Overall, precipitation doesn't look to be great, minus locally heavier amounts in thunderstorms. Northern Permian Basin looking to see up to about an inch and a half of rain. However, other areas tomorrow are looking at fire weather conditions, so a red flag warning in effect at 9 a.m. tomorrow through 11 p.m. for those areas in red for low relative humidities and strong winds. Here's our CBS 7 First Alert exclusive 10-day forecast. Tomorrow is also a CBS 7 First Alert weather day for strong to severe thunderstorms, but we are going to see conditions quieting down after the morning hours of our Wednesday and then quiet by Thursday.
Are you looking for a tasty meal and supporting a local cause? Well, look no further. We've got all the details on Mud Bug 2024 coming up next. The 24th annual Mud Bug is happening tomorrow night at the Ector County Coliseum. The Mud Bug is an event where you can an all-you-can-eat event full of delicious seafood, from shrimp and catfish to the main entree, crayfish. There's plenty to choose from, and proceeds to this event go directly to supporting Meals on Wheels of Odessa, which feeds hundreds of homebound seniors. The organization says this support makes all the difference for those who need their services. Tickets are at the door, and they're $50 each. The event opens at 6 o'clock, and for more information about Mudbug 24, head over to the Meals on Wheels Facebook page. And still ahead, what better way to celebrate a solar eclipse than with a new addition to the family? We meet the newest resident of West Texas up next. All right, Sawyer, today was an exciting day for everyone as we looked up at today's solar eclipse and admired the moon covering the sun. But it was a particularly exciting day for two West Texas parents who welcomed their son. Look at him, he's so cute. Kendon and Michaela Mitchell are now the proud parents of a solar eclipse baby.
That's fun.
They should get like a plaque for that, I think. That's a great day to be born, I think, on a solar eclipse day.
It is, and it's kind of a cool story. You can
Yeah.
always be like, yeah, I was born on the solar eclipse in 2024.
Well, he weighs 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Congratulations to the family on a happy, healthy baby. Thanks for watching.